What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Arti, Executive Director of Film. It's an Art. Today we're taking a look at a very, very, very special player, you guys. We're taking a look at Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver from the University of Texas, formerly of Georgia, a two-time national champion there. This player, in my opinion, you guys, has all of the tools and all of the potential to be a wide receiver one in this league. When you think of the wide receivers in the 2024 NFL draft class, the first names that ring your bell, right, are Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, and Rome Odunze. Right after that, for me personally, is Adonai Mitchell and Brian Thomas Jr. But I have Adonai Mitchell just slightly higher than Brian Thomas. And the reason why is because I believe that he is a more, nuanced route runner. He's proven that he can run more of the NFL route tree on tape. I don't have, the practice tape. I only have the game tape. So I haven't seen, Brian Thomas Jr. run routes the way, Adonai Mitchell does or anything of that nature. So it can only go off the game tape. But for Adonai Mitchell, it's like he really looks the part when it comes to what you want from your wide receiver, right? He's 6'2", 208. He ran a 4.3 40-yard dash. Like, incredible at that size. And also has the ability to do things like this, like against TCU, right? A little sluggo, slant and go route, and be able to use his speed and his leverage against defensive backs to be able to win for his quarterback. But yeah, Adonai Mitchell, I believe, truly, has all of the potential to be a wide receiver one in this league. I don't think he will be that day one. I believe he'll be like a wide receiver 3 or maybe a wide receiver 2, but whether the Adonai Mitchell can develop into that and be very, very successful in the NFL. Let's take a look at Adonai Mitchell's scouting report really quick. As I've already mentioned, elite athlete, ran a 4.34 at the combine. Outstanding body control, makes the tough catches, look routine. Great hands, very, very strong at the catch point, especially on back shoulder passes. Some weaknesses, some things that Adonai would need to work on at the next level. Did have a little bit of an injury history at Georgia. Would like to, clean that up a little bit. Nothing major. Just missed a couple games with a couple nagging injuries. And would just like to see, him be the same route runner play in and play out, right? Obviously, he could add a little bit more nuance to his route running, right? But just be the same player every play, basically. Because as we'll get to a little bit later in the film session, he does have a bit of a tendency to, I don't want to say take plays off, because I feel like that's very disrespectful to a player who, works as hard as these NFL athletes do. But yeah, we'll talk about it later. But as we get back to the tape here, when it comes to Adonai Mitchell, I believe the biggest separator between him and Brian Thomas Jr., I'll focus most of my discussion on those two players today, is, obviously they have similar size, similar speed, but I believe that Adonai Mitchell has the ability, to, get a little bit more, after the catch, run after the catch, yards after catch ability. I think he has a little bit more than that. Brian Thomas Jr. is more straight line speed and more just run around you. Adonai Mitchell, might be able to, run through a tackle or two, because I believe he's a little bit stronger. But also too, Adonai Mitchell also has never really had, wide receiver one, targets, right? He's never been the top option on the team, which you could say is to his discredit, but it also could be to his benefit. Right? Like, he played on a loaded offense at Georgia. Like, in this game alone, right? He's got James Cook coming out the backfield, Brock Bowers, right? At tight end, Darnell Washington, I believe that was 2021. So Jermaine Burton, Lad McConkey, George Pickens, who was coming off an ACL, who helped them win, in the national championship game. And then obviously at Texas, Xavier Worthy, JT Sanders, Jonathan Brooks. So he's never really had, a full share of targets. So we'll see what that looks like potentially at the next level. Let's go ahead and get it out the way, right? Let's go ahead and talk about, the things that AD Mitchell needs to work on more exclusively. Again, never want to question anyone's, not work ethic, but, down by down, energy and effort. But there are times where, AD Mitchell just looks like he's going through the motions. Like if he doesn't think he's going to be targeted, like he doesn't really look like he's running that 4.34 basically that he ran at the combine. And, that's a thing where, it's tough to play full speed all the time. But like on this play against Kansas here, I mean, he just went through the motions on that route. And yes, he had the ability and the speed to make it up on the back end and almost make a spectacular catch, but would just like to see more consistently him play, and run routes to the ability that we all can see obviously on tape that he can. The one thing that we're not worried about with AD Mitchell though, day one in the NFL, is in the red zone. This dude is a red zone machine already. Like he understands leverage down there. He understands, angles. And he's very, very crisp in his routes, and couple that with amazing body control, and you have yourself a certified red zone weapon. And he really, this year for Texas, he really helped them out in the red zone. Really helped them out. Like they relied on him consistently to get open and make plays for Quinn Ewers, and he most of the time delivered. He was very, very consistent down there, and I believe at the next level, that's going to be something that he will thrive at. Now, obviously, he's going up against some college corners, but believe it or not, he's already won on some of this tape against NFL corners. Alontae Taylor from Tennessee, he is a corner for the New Orleans Saints. Just beat Denzel Burke here from Ohio State. He's going to be a top corner pick next year. So he's a future NFL corner. And look what he does to Kool-Aid McKinstry. So, AD Mitchell is battle tested. He's going up against, SEC corners for basically his whole, career. And, his ability to get downfield and just make catches like this, right? The 50-50 ball game is going to be really, really, really big for AD Mitchell in the league. It's going to really keep him on the field early as he continues to develop as a route runner, and as he continues to, get stronger and get more confident in his game. But his catch radius is awesome, right? His ability to adjust to the ball in the air, you see on this play against TCU. Like, this is a moon ball by Quinn Ewers. But he throws it like this because he trusts AD Mitchell's ability to track that football, and he does it to a T. Like, look at him fading almost out of bounds, hands in perfect position. Like, this dude is a very, very talented player, and he is going to, really, 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 really be a legitimate NFL star if he continues to develop and continues to, work on the little nuances of route running. He really is. Here's a look at Adonai Mitchell's scouting report. Already read it, so I'm not going to read it again. But as you guys can see, my comp for AD Mitchell is a more pro-ready DJ Chark. Here's a look at Adonai Mitchell's career stats at Georgia for 2 seasons, where he won 2 national championships, and at Texas for the 1 season. And here are AD, or better known as Adonai Mitchell's team fits. If you like this video, please like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. Have a blessed one.